Hey guys, if you're in your early 20s, everybody always wonders what's the best thing that you can do to create success for yourself later on for your life and for your future family. I'm going to give you 3 steps here that I use myself starting in my early 20s so that I have created great amounts of success using these same protocols. A lot of this stuff included at this moment in time, I have 10 rental properties. I have over $2 million invested, and I was able to create my own business all before the age of 25. Now, not everybody is going to have to equal to that level, and that's okay because that level was done because I started when I was 18, and I was fortunate enough in my life to meet somebody who taught me these steps that I'm going to teach you today. So pay attention, and here's going to be the first step. The first step I always tell everybody when you're in your early 20s is to start index fund investing. Now, it doesn't sound nice, it doesn't sound beautiful, it doesn't sound like it's going to make you $1 million. However, it is a safety blanket. Let me tell you this. What if you could go through your entire life, do everything you were going to do normally, and if you fail, you still retire with millions of dollars? Wouldn't that be just a amazing success? Be like, yep, even if I fail, I'm going to have the greatest amount of success story ever. Well, guess what? It is possible. If you start only investing $100 a month from your part-time job or your full-time job in your early 20s, do you know by the time you're in your 60s, that will equal to $1.2 million because the average return on the S&P was just under 12%. So let's say you started your business, you did everything you want to do, but you failed, but you index invested. You will have a safety blanket and you will never have to be poor in your life. And now let's take that even a step further. What if after a while you're able to start investing $500 a month? Well, you know what happens in less than in 45 years, when time you have to retire from your age 20, you're going to have $5 million. And guess what? If you get a 12% return on that money, you're going to get over $10 million. And if you have this in a tax-free brokerage account, guess what? You have successfully won the race. It is easy as that. Time can literally be your ally, and you need to understand exactly how to make it work. So trust me, learn what you can about index investing. It's the easiest thing in the entire world. You could go onto any of your brokerages, any of your banks, and they will offer you some sort of investing platform. You don't need to use their service. You can buy a simple stock like VOO. There's so many of them out there, but you have to understand one thing. Understand what compound interest does for you. And if you start in your 20s and never look back, you will be a success story no matter what life throws at you. Now, that is one portion of the pie. The second portion I always recommend is you need to learn tangible skills, good tangible skills. Right now, everybody's worried, oh, should I learn coding? Should I not learn coding? Because it isn't even a good idea. Understanding the language of computers is always a good idea. Most people don't utilize the first skill that they learned. However, because of that first skill they learned, they were able to learn another skill because they had this as their baseline. If you don't build the foundation, you can never pick up on it. And it is very important to remember that. So let's just say, for example, you want to learn how to code, but you're worried, oh, is AI just going to take over coding? That's fine. Once you learn how to code, you'll understand how to read code, so you can read what AI does. That puts you in a better position to get a better job, to create a better business that allows you to increase your wealth because you have more tangible skills. So don't forget that, guys. A lot of people don't put a lot of aspect or a lot of emphasis on wanting to learn skills. However, it is the most important thing that people can do. Trust me on that. You always need to try to always learn, because the more you learn, the better you'll be. The more educated you are, the better you'll be. And I'm not talking about school, because obviously myself out of here, I'm not the most educated person in school. However, in finance or in business, I believe I'm one of the most educated people out there. I obviously have so much to learn, and I am continuously learning. But the reason why I can learn on such a high base level now is because I have my base knowledge that I took years to learn. So do that for yourself. The third step is a very easy step. All right. The third step is to create a business, because a business will almost always give you unlimited growth potential. A job will always have a pay raise here or there. If you jump to a different job, you might have a pay raise, but it's not a bad idea to start a business or some sort of side hustle that is going to create great success. Now, I'm going to give you a really good way on how to just get a side hustle you're very good at. What do you do for your job? For example, I'm just going to say it out there, if you're a soccer coach and you work for a team, and the team obviously has the players, that's why they're able to hire you and pay you, because they're making money and they're a business. If you want to create a business, you have the skills of a soccer coach. So why would you not try to open up your own league? Or you could open up private tutor lessons, or you could do A, B, C, D. Do you see what I'm saying? Look at what you do for a living. Obviously, you're there hired as a person so that somebody can profit off of your money. because nobody is hiring an employee that is losing the money for the business. That nobody would do that because that doesn't make sense. So whatever business you're in, whatever industry you're in, somebody is making money from that, and that can be you. Your tangible skill that you have at that job can be utilized to create success for yourself as well. So don't forget that either. So when you are looking for how can I create a job, how can I find a business that I'm good at, just look at what you do. If you're very good at marketing, why don't you create a marketing company or become an advisor for people who need marketing? They make a lot of money as well. And if you need to learn skills, you can learn skills from Corsa. That's literally the platform that I use. Not sponsored, none of them. They don't even know exist. However, Corsa I used, and they give you, I believe they give you like diplomas, like paper diplomas. It's nothing crazy. However, it's not about the actual qualifications you get from it, but it's the knowledge you gain. My entire marketing that I learned from my business was through Corsa. I first learned marketing on there, and I was able to utilize it for my business very effectively. I pretty much wanted to learn how to do SEO properly, which just means search engine optimization, and I didn't know how to do that. So do you know what I did? I learned it, and there's so many AI tools right now that you can just ask to make your company get better, make your SEO even more effective. But do you want to know what those companies don't have? They don't have my knowledge. So when I'm looking at something, I'm able to go use that as a baseline, and I'm able to effectively jump off of that because I know the knowledge. So don't think your knowledge is going to waste. Learn as many skills as you can, and you will not regret your 20s. If you do all these 3 steps, you give yourself the financial blanket of having an end fund. And remember, never take money out of that fund. That fund will literally make you a multi-millionaire, even if you fail in life in your businesses. That's exactly what I'm doing. You've done it. Once you learn so much tangible skills, the only person you're helping is yourself, because you'll be able to get better career options and better movement forward. Third, when you have a business, because of all these skills you learned, because of all of the effectiveness you're able to do, guess what? Now you have reached success. So those are 3 steps, my friends. If you got anything from this video, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please join the channel. I want to create a great user-friendly environment of people who just want to hustle and create a great life for themselves. Those are the people that motivate myself and who give me motivation on a daily basis. So I hope that you were able to learn something from this video. If you got any questions, comment down below, but we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.